Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Today we are going to react to this guy here. It's already making a funny face, right? He says he lost $6,000 from Diablo. I got no idea about what's going on here. This is something that you guys wanted me to check out on Discord in the Erad React to This section. So let's see what happened. Well, he's got an interesting hairstyle though. I'm quite jealous. I wish I had hair like that.
I have lost a total of $6,000 to one major mistake. I had a bit of a funny story for you. It's painful for me. It might be funny for you. You see, if you've been watching me...
You know, if I didn't know that this was a Diablo video, I thought that maybe he would be talking about Star Citizen.
Well, you know, the original YouTube channel I had is Darth Microtransaction, and what we actually did was cover mobile games, okay? Primarily mobile games, and you can see here I played a game called Exos Heroes. Literally spent thousands of dollars in this game. The joke was on me because they shut it down in May of this year, and any of the characters I bought, any of the progress I had made, all of that went right into the dumpster because the game no longer even exists. And
well, that's your fault, dude. Everybody should know that you should never spend money on mobile games, but well.
Now my way to tell my audience, you should be careful when spending money on these games because you need to realize they can shut down at some point. And you don't actually own anything in the game. They could literally just ban you and they could just tell you the reason. We just don't like your face, and you literally have to accept that. Now, if you've watched...
And that's the whole thing with dematerialized games, right? Especially mobile games, but also games on Steam or any other platform. You don't own the games. You own the right to play the game, but you don't own the game itself.
Watch me on the previous Diablo channel, you'll know that that channel actually started with a game called Marvel Future Revolution. And this was actually my very first time on YouTube getting any amount of views that actually mattered. During this time, I got over 1 million views in a month. I think it was like 2-point-something million at one point.
Nice. Wow. Wow, 1 million views in 1 month for mobile games? I should be doing that as well.
And I was freaking out because I was very excited that YouTube was going well. For me, that was a really big deal. I've always been a tiny little guy. And you'll see that I fell prey to the same thought process I had in Exos Heroes, what weekly whale rewards look like, you know, what to buy. I did the same thing, you know, $350 in Omega cards, etc. And once again, barely made any money in this game because when you spend thousands of dollars on the game, you're not leaving a very big profit margin for yourself as a YouTuber now, are you? And I was...
No, you're not. Especially if you make about, 20,000 views, that's gonna make you what, $20, $30, right? Yeah, that's
still not a very big YouTuber. So for me, I was basically stupid once again. But here's where the joke really just doubles down on me, and the point that I want to make today.
And you know what? Actually, props to him for coming out there and admitting his mistakes, right?
Hey, look at this. This game, which is not even that old. These videos are as of a year ago. Marvel Future Revolution will shut down on August 25th, 2023.
So that's another game. That's another game that is actually shutting down and is investing into this. This is so funny. This is so funny. Hold on, because I think I can hear myself on Discord. I need to disconnect that. I'll be right back, Deplorable. I'll be right back. All right, so he's losing a lot of money on those games. That's so funny.
Are literally closing the doors on another one. So this is not one video game that I've spent literally thousands on. It's 2 video games within...
So there we have it, guys. Don't invest in mobile games. It's too dangerous.
In the last 3 years that have taken basically my money for me giving it to them and then just turn the game off. Literally turn the game off.
And then you have people saying that Star Citizen is a scam. Talk about being scammed here. This guy totally got scammed.
All of the money that has gone into this game is now completely deleted. And this same lesson will be applied to Diablo4 at some point when all of the progress I've made on Diablo4 gets deleted whenever the servers decide to shut off down the years. Now, I believe that one's going to go on a little longer, but the point is the same no matter what game we are talking about, and we can transition this lesson into Diablo4. Now, I actually think the characters in...
Now, I'm not into Diablo. I don't understand Diablo much because I've never played Diablo, but Diablo is not a mobile game from what I understand, right? It's released on PC and also on Battle.net. So is there also pay to win on Diablo 4? Is that also how it works? Fingers say it's the same there. Wow.
Diablo 4 looked pretty good for free, but there is actually a shop in which you can go in here and you can purchase cosmetics. Now,
Okay.
the cosmetics and the microtransactions are a huge point of contention for people, and I'm not here to tell you whether or not
So these are just cosmetics. Okay, so these are just cosmetics, right? It's not going to influence how you play the game.
transactions should be allowed. I have microtransaction in the name of my username. What I'm here to tell you today is that I have learned the lesson not once, but twice now, that if you decide to go down the route of basically any game and you put a ton of money into it, even if you're doing it for work, at some point that game is going to either shut down, you will get bored of the game. What I'm saying is the money will be consumed. Now, this isn't necessarily...
And that's what a lot of people are afraid with Star Citizen, right? Can you imagine one day, all those people who spend, 10, 20, $30,000 in Star Citizen, and one day, I don't know, maybe in 10 or 15 years from now, well, maybe it will shut down. It will all be gone. People will lose interest, right? It's always a possibility with another. Yeah, that's right, Solar. It's always a possibility with
necessarily
an online
100% a bad thing. You might actually really enjoy the product when you get it. Let's say you purchase a skin for $10. You enjoy the skin while you have it. The game shuts down and you're not angry and begrudged because the game shut down at some point. You enjoy the cosmetics
And
while
it's
you
just
had them.
$10,
That's
right?
perfectly fine. I can understand the argument of that. But I've very consistently seen the argument that you are investing in the game if you put money into it, or you're
And that's what a lot of people are saying about Star Citizen as well, right? And that's where I disagree. You don't invest. When you spend money in the game, you are not investing because you are not going to get any financial return. You are emotionally investing because it's your hard-earned money, if it's not your parents' money, right? So you're emotionally investing, but it's not really an investment, right? The money that you spend is you're not going to get it back.
you're supporting the game industry in the long run. I've heard a lot of, in what is, in my opinion, sort of copium
Yeah,
type
that's
of
right,
takes.
Finger.
When you put a money into a game, it is an investment, or it is something that is going to build value later on, etc. And
That's
I want
bullshit.
to tell you, as somebody who has literally done this, as a career for a while, any money you put into the game, in my opinion, should be considered consumed, gone, never see it again, does not build value in anything, and is only like the price of a movie ticket.
Yeah, right. It's the price of your entertainment, and that money that you spend should be disposable money that you would have spent, with some random BS. You would have spent with toy cars, or a movie ticket, or cigarettes if you're smoking, or whatever, right? That's what it is. It's money that would have been lost, right? It's the trade of currency for entertainment. Exactly, Fingers.
Effectively. This is what I've learned for myself, okay? I'm not trying to preach and tell you how to live your life. I'm just saying, for me, what I've learned with the thousands of dollars I have effectively lost in these games is that when you hand them into a game, you are basically punching a train ticket of a one-way purchase that is only valuable if you enjoyed the process of getting to that end destination. AKA, this cosmetic, if you choose to buy
what
it.
he's saying here is very important. The end destination, right? What are you going to get out of it? How are you going to be feeling out of it as well, right? Check out my new ship, says Fingers. Yes. Exactly, right? In Star Citizen, it's not $10. You're not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna go really far with $10 in Star Citizen.
This for $8 or $10 or whatever it is in the backpack. This doesn't actually do anything for you and shouldn't be considered a smart purchase. It should only be used if you think it looks cool and you're cool with realizing it does nothing. Now, this might actually seem like a brain-dead obvious.
And we got so many people. I mean, I live in Far East Asia. I live in Taiwan, and these mobile games, they are so popular here. You see ads everywhere, and when I go in the metro, I see so many people playing those games, right? Even my own brother-in-law, he plays that all the time. He actually stole money from my wife so that he could buy cosmetics and pay to win in those games. It's like this popular.
Take, But here's the reality of it. I have covered these mobile games across multiple channels for a long time, and this is not the norm that people think. I hear this concept of
yeah, exactly,
it,
Finger. These are disposable games. There's always a new one that's coming up, and they're very cheap to make, very easy to make. There are lots of tiny studios here that just put them out there, and they keep on making new games, and that's why they always shut down, because there's another one that comes. They open these games, they sell those cosmetics, they make a ton of money because people are stupid buying those, and then they just close the game and take the money, and that's basically it. And people are left with nothing but, hey, there's another game that's coming out there. Oh, these cosmetics are really cool, so I want to buy them, and that's what it is, right?
it in because the game's going to get better all of the time. I hear this all of the time. People are saying that, well, I'm mad at the gaming company because I've been buying these items in the game and they should take my money and develop it into what it should.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Yeah, exactly, Fingers. People are impulsive, right? No, they're not going to develop the game. They're going to make another one. They're going to also take a lot of that money. They're going to buy cars. They're going to buy mansions. Like, literally, that's what they're going to do. It's a scam.
I don't think you should think that way. I think when it comes to trying to spend money in microtransactions in these games, what is available now is what you should consider if it's worth it. For instance, if in the game you believe the game is currently worth the money to purchase, you should purchase the game. And if you think the cosmetics in the game are currently worth the money to purchase, you should purchase them. But at no point should you ever make a purchase of either a game or a microtransaction where you think, I am buying this with the long-term investment strategy of, in the future, the game will be good, or in the future, the game will value my money. If it doesn't value your money now, or if the game is not good now, it doesn't deserve your money now.
That's a very good point he's making. And that's also the way I believe people should be thinking of in regards to Star Citizen as well, which is the main point of this channel, right? I'm talking mostly about Star Citizen, and it's very interesting to see this point of view here from mobile games and retranscribing that point of view with Star Citizen as well. It's very important that you are at peace when you are spending that money. You are thinking, that money, it would not have been used to buy food. It would not have been used to pay the bills, right? It would has just been there sitting, doing nothing. At least I'm having a little fun with it, and that's basically it. You think I have an inactivity timeout? Oh no, I'm still there. Don't worry, Fingers, I'm still there.
Now, I'll say my take on this, which is that I don't think cosmetics in the game have ever ruined a game for me. I played League of Legends, I played Overwatch, I played, games that have cosmetic purchases. Granted, none of those games I've mentioned so far are games that have a box retail price as well. And the only part where I start to get bothered by things like cosmetics is, let's say, the very best looking cosmetic in the game, let's just use this one as an example, is only purchasable with money, and there is no RuneScape-like cosmetics where it's like, oh, he's got a party hat or he's got a skill cape. Like, there needs to be something in the game that when you see it, you recognize the hard work, the dedication of actually playing
now
the game.
He's going into the pay. It's basically pay to win, right? Even though a cosmetic is not winning, but you are at least winning the recognition of other players, saying, "Oh wow, you got this. That's very cool, right?"
And if all of the cosmetics in the game look like dog shit, other than the ones you can spend money on, there's probably a problem.
That's what he thinks.
Now, I actually don't think Diablo 4 is a problem in cosmetics. I know I'm fairly positive about the game, so you can remove some of my bias out of the equation if you want, but I haven't spent any money on cosmetics. I think all my characters look pretty cool. And it didn't really seem very hard to make them look very cool, to be honest. And there's a lot of other cool outfits I could make them look like if I really wanted to. It just took a little bit of time to, go kill some guys. This guy's only level 66, and he looks like a badass. So I don't really feel... In fact, I would argue the shop cosmetics honestly look just kind of bad in this game. I actually think most of the shop cosmetics look
shots fired.
I've seen a couple I thought looked pretty good. And if you're a druid, I don't know why you would buy it anyway, because you're going to spend most of your time as a werebear or werewolf, so you're not even going to see your cosmetics. So for me, the cosmetics don't ruin the game in Diablo 4. But if you are going to do microtransactions, meaning battle passes, meaning things like your cosmetics,
Mm.
etc. At least try to take a moment to learn from me, who has spent way more than you'll ever be able to in cosmetic and battle passes in this game. In previous games, I have spent
That's
this,
got a ton of
and I
views
have
with those
lost that money
videos.
with factually multiple of these games now having closed down, and I just watch any of my investment go right out the window when the servers turn off. So that's just my take on this situation. I'm seeing people talk about the pay to win stuff. I'm seeing people talk about the cosmetics. I'm seeing all of that. And I just wanted to give my take. I've lost thousands of dollars doing it before. I don't recommend anybody follow my footsteps, as it was a stupid decision in my own personal opinion. And even creating content, I have learned since then, you don't have to spend money to create content. In fact, it's
No, you don't. Well, and that's also the same with Star Citizen, right? It's a mistake that I did myself when I was a younger content creator. I thought, oh, I'm gonna spend money to buy this ship, so I'm gonna try out this ship. But in the end, uh, there are other ways, right? There are other ways. So anyway, interesting take here about cosmetics, and yeah, he lost $6,000. Don't be scammed. That's my thing here.